Mystery of History in Countryballs. In Africa, there is a place called Carthage, and just north of it was Rome. Carthage had a man named Hannibal, and with him in command, Carthage won the First Punic War. However, a man named Scipio studied the tactics of Hannibal, and the Second Punic War ensued. During the Battle of Zama, the Romans and Carthaginians were fighting when the Roman cavalry attacked Hannibal's troops right behind them. Rome won the Second Punic War. Both Hannibal and Scipio died in the same year, but the battle flared up again during the Third Punic War, where Carthage was really and finally destroyed. A couple years later, a rebellion happened in Rome, led by Spartacus, a slave from Thrace. The majority, including Spartacus, died in the battle. The survivors were crucified on the road. The first Triumvirate was composed of Marcus Lincus Crassus, who ended the rebellion of Spartacus, Pompey, who's really good with pirates, and Julius Caesar, who renamed Quintilis to July. The Roman Empire kept on growing and growing, but when Caesar was ready to go back to Rome, he was told not to cross with his army. But he did, so he basically declared war on Rome. Crassus had already died and Pompey had fled to Egypt, so when Julius took over Rome, he became the sole leader, and when he chased Pompey, he met Cleopatra. They fell in love. But then Caesar was assassinated. Even some of his friends were in the plot. Luckily, another triumvirate consisting of Marcus Lepidus, Mark Antony, who was a friend of Caesar, and Gaius Octavian, grandnephew of Caesar. Lepidus got driven out of his position, and the other two split the empire into east and west. Octavian got the west, while Antony had the east. Mark Antony fell in love with Cleopatra. This did not go well with Octavian, and in a series of events, the Battle of Actium ensued. Octavian won that battle. Antony thought that Cleopatra was dead and tried to kill himself, but before he died, he was taken to her side. He died in Cleopatra's arms. At about 206 BC, a Seleucid named Antiochus IV was oppressing the Jews. However, a priest named Mattathias refused to give sacrifice. He had to run for his life, and his son, Judas Maccabee, led an all-out revolt called the Maccabean Revolt. Judas Maccabee managed to defeat Antiochus even though he had fewer weapons and men than Antiochus. Finally, in 165 BC, he gained control of the temple. While the Jews were cleaning up the temple, they found only one bottle of oil that should have lasted 1 day, but it lasted for 8. Skipping to the Battle of Actium, we meet Herod the Great, who felt he couldn't trust his family members, so he eventually executed them. The Jews really hated him, so to have some favor with the Jews, he rebuilt the temple. It was great. Then the 3 wise men visited Herod and said they were visiting the King of Kings. Herod told the wisest men to tell him when they found Jesus, but they went on a different road. Herod commanded the execution of all baby boys, the massacre of the innocents. Herod had high fever, worms in his organs, and others. He finally died. Finally, at about 206 BC, Qin, or Shi Huangdi, was dead. The Qin dynasty collapsed and was replaced by the Han dynasty. They invented paper and created the first seismograph, which can detect earthquakes. Thank you for listening. Bye!